blurry. So I look blurry. Yeah. But I don't look blurry here. Or maybe I'm not looking at it hard enough to see that I'm blurry. You see what I mean? Good morning. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. That didn't fix it. All right. So this morning we are going to be talking about Married at First Sight. I'm just waiting on Tommy to grab his coffee and then we will be ready. Let me get my notes pulled up so I'll be ready once he sits down. Yeah, there's another one in there. You don't have to have that one. That's the one I said I wanted, Tommy. I said coffee. He's rehashing a conversation that we literally just had. Tommy, come on. He going through the kitchen. Good morning, Sharon. Reading the labels of the stuff that I just got from the grocery store. And now I can't find my notes. Ain't that about nothing? I sent them to myself, so they're in here. I found them. There they are.
Yeah.
All right. So, welcome back to August Love Story, the channel. My name is Artieka,
I'm Tommy.
and today we are reviewing Married at First Sight, season 15, and this is the reunion part 1. So, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, all those cool, fun things. We find out that they are 5 months since decision day. So they've been married at this point for 7 months
Yeah,
because
2 months.
2 months of marriage before decision day. Um, Kevin Frazier is yet again the host. This is one time that
Were
I've
you?
been able to appreciate him being the host. Only for for Justin
Yeah,
and the made a pass at me
yeah.
because he was not letting it
Do you
go.
think other people would have understood that he was calling him gay?
Yes, saying you made a pass at me and then saying you was talking about how nice my skin was. We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, my bad.
So Kevin opens up and asks all of them what it's like seeing themselves on TV. Nate said that he typically sees himself with blinders and like this was an eye-opening experience. Kristen says she realizes that she over enunciates. Alexis says that she under enunciates because we've been talking about her saying celibate.
Celibate.
Yeah,
And they
this was
put
a
it on
celibate
the.
because that's what she says. She was like, just watch with captions. Justin says that he's developed a tough skin.
And we actually do watch with captions. That's funny.
We have to watch with captions though
I
because
watch everything with captions now.
I
Even when I'm in the room by myself, I have captions
I
on.
used to watch everything with captions. You judged me, then we had kids.
Nah, I do it. That's crazy.
um, so they run the after dark package of Stasha and Nate and talk about how comfortable they were with each other sexually from the beginning. Um, I didn't really have anything to say about
Oh.
that. Did you?
I I I think that's a positive
Hmm.
that they did feel so free or so comfortable with each other sexually like that. But it's like, how does that translate into relationship? And I guess they talk about it a little bit more um, in the later parts of the
Yeah, their
episode.
issues were nothing about sexual chemistry. It says, yes, they did have chemistry, but are they compatible? Well, they beefed a little bit when they sat on the couch with each other.
Yeah.
I was like, awkward. Kevin is not your therapist. Y'all need to sit down and talk to
but
somebody
it's
else.
but it's good that they, like, hopefully they're talking about it at home
Mm-hmm.
and like truly working on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good that they're like, this is what we're going through, this is what we're working on,
Mm-hmm.
type of deal. So that, I mean, like, as for to answer that question, I think they are compatible because both of them are willing to like work on the things that they need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's gonna work, I have no clue. Hopefully, it does, man. Because I pray for love, man. Everybody deserves love.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not
Go
saying
ahead,
that
man.
to be
But go
funny.
ahead,
I'm
man. Go ahead.
agreeing.
Go ahead. Do your thing.
So then Kevin starts being messy. Because I was like, he started off with the conversation of who here is still friends. And everybody's like, yeah, we're all still cool. And then he specifically asked Justin, or not Justin, he says, who's blocked and unfollowed people? And I was like, okay, so this was a question specifically for Justin
Mhm.
because this must have been brought up in production notes. Justin says that he's blocked a lot of people. And specifically, Nate was one of those people because Nate is fake.
So, are we there yet?
We're there.
Oh, okay.
And when he said Nate was fake, I was like, Nate didn't really want to be your friend. I didn't think,
Right.
based on interactions on camera. But I don't think it was anything to Justin specifically based
Hmm.
on what I saw on camera because it looked like Nate didn't want to be anybody's friend
I
but
don't, and I
Stasha.
don't. I don't even think that it was Nate didn't want to be anybody's friend. I think it was Nate.
Nate did not come there to make friends. He
No, he
came
did.
there to get married.
He didn't want to be in anybody's business.
No. That's what I'm saying though. But like, in addition to that, like, if I make friends, cool.
Right.
That's not what I came here
Yeah.
for.
But
He's not Alyssa.
and that's what Justin had an issue with. Like, it was one, it was childish. Two, who takes the time to, if you don't fool with somebody, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take the time out of my day to be like, I'm gonna unblock you, I'm gonna unblock you. I'm just not gonna fool with you, you know.
And see, I don't even block people. I just unfriend them.
He what he do? He blocked him, right?
And
They
they
said
was like he unfriended them and blocked them, and then he unblocked and refriended some of them.
yeah. Like, I'm not gonna take the time out of my day to do all that. If I don't fool with you, I just don't fool with you and I move on.
I give Instagram the same thing that I give Facebook. If you unfriend me, we're not becoming friends again. Your
Yeah.
request is just gonna sit there. Cause what are
Right.
we doing this for?
Right. But Justin said he did that to Nate because Nate told him he didn't want to be his,
Therapist.
essentially.
No, he used the word therapist.
Did he?
Hmm.
And
But he said he was quick to jump in Ben's relationship
Justin
issues.
was saying that he's quick to jump, that Nate is quick to jump in Ben's situation. But Nate's defense was, I didn't ask them. It was a conversation that they were having, and I gave my opinion.
We're all in the
Yeah.
conversation. Like, we saw that conversation happen on television.
I just think that's a terrible reason to call a man fake and then to say you made two passes at me, because he complimented him on his teeth and skin. Now, I see where Justin was going, but I don't like you. First off, you're doing that out of anger, and secondly, this guy is not gay.
Even if he was gay,
It's not his place to be
why
like,
you gonna cry about him not wanting to be your friend
right.
if he is gay?
And
Like, let's just put the whole story out there.
right.
Because gay or not, bisexual or not, whatever you want to say that he is. I'm not even arguing that point
Yeah.
because I don't care.
Right.
But if the thing is that he's gay or he's bisexual or he likes you, when you remove that layer of it, what you said first, because this was your first thing,
Hmm.
was he didn't want to help me, but he helped Ben.
Yeah. That's. I mean, like I've been saying this whole season, man. He's soft and he's super soft. He pillow soft.
My pillows are actually a little bit firm, but okay.
Anyway, he's pillow soft because of that move, man. Like those are grounds for I ain't gonna fool with you because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, type of deal. And it's hard to. It was hard to sit in there seeing that, and it's like, bro, you're arguing or you're mad or you blocked this dude because he didn't want to talk to you about your relationship.
And I would argue that I wouldn't want to talk to him about my relationship either. Or I wouldn't want to be talked to about the relationship either because Justin and Alexis were too hot and cold.
Well, I wouldn't want to talk to them about anything because of Alexis.
Right. Well, he made that very like apparent during his confessionals.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna talk to her tell you anything because I could end up like Ben and Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Because I 100% or 90% put um Alexis the reasoning why Ben and Morgan didn't finish or go further than what they did.
Nate didn't want to be in the mess. Justin and Alexis were messy. They were absolutely
Right.
messy.
Completely agree.
Um, continuing through my notes, he said he made a pass at him twice before the show. Then Justin said Nate complimented him 2 days in a row about his skin and his teeth, and he feels that was making a pass at him. Then he said, "Take some bass out your mouth, boy." I'm like, your voice wasn't deep.
Right. Take some bass out your mouth, boy. What's up, bro?
I was like, are we really about to do this?
Nate did not stand up.
Because Nate was not finna do this.
Justin did not want to fight Nate, and Nate didn't stand up, and that was hilarious to me because Justin started taking off his shirt, he started taking off his jacket.
I was like,
Like I ain't finna get my jacket messy, bro. If you finna fight somebody, that's the last thing you think about.
so Alexis takes her spouse over to the side or backstage. They have a conversation. Um, it was almost like I don't remember their last name, but like say it's Smith, they was almost like in the back, like Team Smith,
Yeah,
even though they not
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Um, so they came back and basically Nate starts back up again. And then Kevin asks Justin again and Kristen, he said Kristen is one way with Alexis and another way with the group.
So this is another reason why I say Justin is soft. But go ahead.
And then he said Morgan and Lindy, I believe, went to go take a hike and he was invited and then they went without him. I was thinking to myself, they probably were going on a hike and you were nearby and heard the conversation and then you invited yourself.
Yeah. I don't know how it went. I just thought it was the girls are going on a hike
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to
He was like,
come.
me too.
I wanted to come too, but it's like, bro, it's a bunch of girls on a hike. If they go without you, that should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have an issue with that. Like, just reach out to him like, hey man, I thought I was gonna go too, but it's all good. If that bothered you like that.
I put that cup down in slow motion. Like
Did you?
it was so slow.
I ain't paying attention. I guess you wasn't trying to make no noise.
I wouldn't or something.
Make any noise. I'm sorry. But
Um,
like that bothers me about him.
so we finished out this segment with Kevin Frazier basically saying, "Hey, nobody is gay just because they compliment you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yep, let's move on
I didn't know
beyond
we
this
had
because
to
this."
say that.
Yeah, I was like, "This is dumb." So then we get to the sit downs with the individual couples. Start off with Kristen and Mitch. Um, they're still not together. And then they basically agreed that they're now amicable. And Or no, this wasn't the sit down. This was just them running a Kristen and Mitch package.
Yeah.
Um,
Mitch felt like he was attacked.
Mitch felt attacked, and then they asked Alexis about asking her question that started the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I was just asking the question for my friend. Oh, I can't see Jack and Glenn's message. It
Oh,
says it's,
because of
I don't, that's not it.
uh
It
the
just
penis
took
and the
that.
post. Okay. That junk is
It
too funny.
just took it off. Um,
But
so
I don't like how, like Mitch said, he felt attacked. I get that part. Then we all
Justin was childish for saying that stuff. Yep.
oh yeah, he's soft.
Here you go. Um, I was moving on from that.
Oh, okay.
So they start with the Lindy and Miguel sit down as the separate couples. They bring up the matching outfits, which was interesting because that was the first thing I noticed on decision
That they
day,
matched.
that they matched on decision day.
Uh,
I wouldn't have necessarily called their outfits matching.
he had a champagne hanky.
Okay.
And she is that champagne.
I guess, yeah. Maybe I didn't see that part. But decision day was absolutely a
Good
match.
morning.
Good morning, Mona. Um, we do find out that they're still together. Lindy has moved into Miguel's place and she's now making his house a home. They play Dungeons and Dragons weekly. I knew that she would be all in for that. He was the wild card
Once she figured out the storyteller.
because that I need a
I don't know.
course.
Yeah.
They talk about Miguel's attitude during the retreat. And it definitely seems like they sat down and they're like, when they go this way, this is what we're gonna say.
I didn't get that.
Not that it wasn't the truth. It was just they were always gonna come back to we've worked through this.
Yeah.
We've worked through this. What's that say? Tony Robinson. Good morning, Tony. Um, he says he's working towards accepting all of her. It's specifically when she's being overly negative about things and when she gets easily distracted. Um, they talk about her blow ups. He says that he's seen them now. I was like, I still don't know about said blow ups, but maybe I'm missing
Yeah,
something.
you missing 5 months of their relationship. So
No, no, no. I'm talking about pre decision day
yeah.
blow ups.
Yeah.
Then they do
Were they not boring to you?
who Lindy and Miguel.
Yeah.
I told you after the first 20 minutes, I was like, snooze fest.
Like I was trying my best, man. But was this the part I started falling asleep?
I don't know. They we find out Lindy has hyphenated her last name. And then they talk about McGindy and how Miguel took it very seriously and Lindy was like, take the batteries out of it. And then they talked about being happy that they're beyond the 8
Yeah.
weeks. I'm sure if couples cam is coming back, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Because he'll be like, Lindy, we need to make some money. Because you don't go to work every day. So go Vols.
Go
Big game
Vols.
today.
Go Vols. All day, every day.
Stasha and Nate sit down. Stasha said that she's really nervous. They're still married. They have kind of moved in with each other. The kinda is they spend like 2 weeks at her house and then 2 weeks at his apartment. He said it's like 8 months left on his lease.
Yeah.
And I was like, how long is this lease?
He
Because
resigned the lease.
it's been 7 months since decision day, plus the 8 months that are left.
Either he had just signed that lease and then did
He
married at
signed a
first sight,
long lease like
or he
us.
did a 2-year lease, or what is it, 14 months?
I think I've seen options for 14 to 16 month
I think I
leases.
did a 16-month lease.
Yeah,
when I lived by myself.
you did. Because I moved in a random part of that lease.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I hated you not being on the lease, boy, because it'd be stuff going wrong, and you want the fact that I stayed in the apartment for a year, and didn't know the dishwasher worked. You
Listen,
come in for a month, be like, yeah, the
no,
dishwasher.
because I don't wash dishes.
Yeah,
I'm putting them in the dishwasher.
I was busting them suds, man,
Not me.
for a whole
Um,
year. I ain't had nothing but 2 plates anyway.
Stasha being willing to not stay at this house that she just built says that she really desires this relationship.
Yeah. Like, so what's their living situation? They said they'll live a
2
week.
weeks at his place, 2 weeks
Oh,
at her
okay.
place, so they just basically go back and forth.
I think Stasha was just, I was gonna say Sasha. She's just at this point she's committed to seeing it through.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, he said that he's realized that she needs attention and they're trying to find a middle ground on emotional intelligence. Um, she wants him to be she wants more emotional and mental stimulation from him. And he basically like gave this game all I could give.
Gave you everything I got, man. I'm growing.
um, she says she's still not able to relinquish her control. That conversation about like him trying to do things for her and like cook dinner and then she comes in and takes over.
Yeah.
I
I,
was like, that's going to bite her in the butt
yeah. I was like, shit, I'll sit my butt down too.
quickly.
Like, you gonna come in and do it? All right, man. Forget it.
I think the most that if you're in the kitchen cooking and you just want somebody nearby, I'll come sit at the dining room
Right. I
table.
come talk to you. Don't come in here to just be like ruining my
I don't
punctuation.
want you in the way.
Right. Sit down.
And once you get in the way of my meal, it's your meal. Good
Mm,
morning, Rhonda.
good morning.
Um,
What they
Nate
say?
has told her that he loves her. They show a never before seen clip of them or him. Well, it was his idea, but they created a selfie wall to
Yeah.
take pictures before they
I was
leave the
like, that
house.
wall actually looks good.
I was like, that's very social media of
I
Nate
mean,
to be like,
he
let's
built the
find somewhere to pose at.
right, right. But I thought that I was like, man, that looks really good, man. That'll be.
You want a selfie wall now?
I mean, I wouldn't use it for a selfie wall, but I'd take pictures right there.
You having a club backdrop in your living room?
In the living room. I put it in the den because
Oh, okay.
need more space.
Um, so they talk about him continuing to do nice things for her, and she hesitated when she answered. He was like, "I don't like that," and that's where the therapy session with Kevin for
What happened?
when they were like, "Does Nate still do nice things like that for you?" And she was like, yeah,
Do you feel like it's necessary to have acknowledgement like that?
if that's
Do
what you
you
need,
you think I required it or asked for that?
you do.
Do it?
hmm
When?
All the time,
Do it?
every day.
No, I don't.
I might not do it every day, but you require it every day.
Do it really?
hmm
I just want to feel love.
You need words of affirmation.
Do it.
Yep.
I thought my thing was physical touch.
But you still need,
I need you to touch me
anyways,
though.
you still need words of affirmation. Like you like to hear you did a good job.
I like a good old pat on the back, huh?
hmm
That's all right.
Um,
I like to feel needed.
okay.
Like when you don't need me no more, I feel sad. Like, dog, she don't need me.
Okay.
That's when my kids grow up. I'm gonna be sad. They don't need me no more. But then I'm gonna be also happy because they don't need me no more. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
um that Kevin asked her did she feel satisfied with their relationship. She said she's satisfied in moments. And Nate said he feels like she's a moving target. Basically, he thinks that, it's I'm trying to summarize it without using his words, but he was essentially just saying that like, I think I got it figured out. And then
Mhm.
she'd be like, nope, that's not how you get me.
Yeah.
Um,
What did it say?
most men like words of
Oh,
affirmation.
yeah. I just didn't recognize it.
um, he still wants to push out kids for a few years, and she still wants them within the year. Um, again, if it's been 7 months since decision day, if she didn't just have a birthday, she's about to have a birthday.
Well, I thought they said she was pregnant already. That's why this whole time I've been
Who
looking.
is? Oh, you talking about the people?
Yeah, the people.
That's why I don't
I was like,
always.
man, I thought she was pregnant by now.
I don't know at what
But
point.
when they filmed this,
I don't know. This is not a joke. Stasha needs Jesus. We all need a
yeah,
little bit
we
more
all need
Jesus.
Jesus.
Um, I just think that
I wanted to laugh right there, but you said it's not a joke.
I think that she's still definitely hearing with blaring horns and sirens.
Yeah.
You're 38 or however old
Yeah, I
she
just
is.
I just feel like if she gets past that, their relationship gets a little bit better, because if the focus is not on having children, because children is not going to fix your problems, but if the
Children
focus,
can magnify your
right,
problems.
if the focus is on you and your spouse, then you're going to have a better chance of, being able to parent and have children together.
All right. So have nothing else for them. You got anything else?
Ooh.
Kristen and Mitch. So they start right off at Mitch's lack of physical attraction. Kristen said she never believed it was a lack of physical attraction. She was basically like, "Have you seen me?"
Right.
Um, she says that he just couldn't get over the fact that when he met her, she was like basically
Uh,
full bridal glam.
yeah. When like her her being is not beach hippie,
Mm-mm.
but her being is
She
like,
washes her hair.
that's what you think of beach hippie.
Yeah.
Her being is like a girl.
Hmm.
She's a girly girl, and that's okay.
I don't even see her as being a
I
girly
don't either.
girl. I just don't see her
But
as.
red's her color though.
She did look nice in
Yeah,
that dress. I was
red's her
about to
color.
say, where is red? But that's what she had on. I think that he's looking for more so of the girl who's like, "Oh my god, I'm so gross. I haven't taken a shower in 3 days," and that's not Kristen.
That's nasty, by the way.
That doesn't
What? Like,
change.
who said that was okay?
I don't know. It's been a lot of people that have been coming out talking about they hygiene habits, and it's been like,
Bro,
don't
that's
tell
that's
nobody
the
else that.
weirdest thing. I get like me and you having a conversation, or we talking to a private group about hygiene habits, and then figuring out, oh, you only use one towel, but you should probably use two, one for
Hmm.
your face and one, for the rest of your body.
Hmm.
Or I brush my teeth before I wash my face, or I wash my face before I brush my teeth, which to me it seems dumb to do, but or somebody like, I floss at night. No, I don't floss. It's like stuff like that in the private conversation. But for people to come out and be like, yeah, I take a bath every 2 weeks.
I don't wash my legs. I'd be like, stop telling us this. Nobody
I take a
asks.
waterless bath with soap.
Nobody asks for this.
Right.
Nobody. And yet people keep doing it. Like, we haven't given the kids a bath in 4 days.
Wash
Why?
them kids' butt, man.
Why? um,
Stank all in between your legs and
look,
stuff.
I just looked at them and they were outside. They stink.
Man.
Let's see. They talk about hobby gate, which is basically Mitch saying that Kristen doesn't have any hobbies.
Oh, that pissed her off.
And Kristen was like, "Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this?"
I just don't think Mitch knew how to like really have the conversations that he was trying to have. And when he got into them, he tried to backpedal out of it and couldn't. Because that's the same thing that happened with the attraction thing. He didn't know how to express like, this is not what I wanted,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't like, it's not a thing of her not being cute. It's a thing of,
She's no Jessica Biel.
I don't even know who that is,
That's
but I
what
looked her
they
up. Yeah.
keep saying.
But I just, a lot of times he felt backed in the corner and he couldn't do anything. So he would put his foot in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Basically, the door is not open any longer, not even ajar. Um, she says the relationship went downhill once he asked her sister about her not wearing makeup. I'm like, from what I saw, that's not what happened. Like, I felt like a few weeks later, it was on the up and up, and then it just took a nosedive at decision day. Um, they asked Kristen if Mitch wanted to stay married, would she have stayed married? She said no, but I feel like her answer was
her
actually
answer would have
yes.
been yes, man. There's just no way for us to find out, but there's no way for her to explain to us that her answer was no because she was on a yes the night before.
hmm I want them to, going forward, put them in separate spaces.
But also, one thing they didn't talk about was things past the future. Like Mitch brought it up that one time, but they never came up with anything, you know,
Past the future, in the future,
in the future, you know.
beyond the 8 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because that one time, one of the experts came in, was talking to them, and they were like, "We're literally taking it day by day."
yeah. So
I know Tammy don't know who Justin Timberlake's wife is. I mean, we know it's Jessica Biel,
that's
but
who,
yeah, he don't know nothing about Justin Timberlake outside of the
except
2020 experience.
man,
Like,
that was probably his
probably
best
can't name an
album.
NSYNC song.
I definitely can't.
You know where he's
What
from though?
is it? Bye bye bye.
That is one of
That's
them.
one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye bye. That's the only part I know.
Well,
He's from
he's
Memphis, M Town.
he's not from
He's
Memphis.
from a suburb of
He's
Memphis.
Memphis adjacent.
What part of the?
Millington,
Ah, he's
like the
from Memphis.
military
That's
base
Memphis,
area.
man. That's
That's not
Memphis, man.
Memphis.
To me,
Yeah, to you, well, that's just like
here,
Buford is not Atlanta.
yeah. Like y'all need to make a song. Melody is not Memphis.
What does it say? Mitch acts like a dude who lacks experience with women. He does.
He is. He
He is,
is.
and he
He
does.
is a person who lacks experience, which is okay.
He said he hasn't had a lot of girlfriends. Like, he also, on top of, like, Justin claims that he was celibate by choice and Mitch was by force.
Honestly, man, I don't feel like girls are intimidating. Like it's scary to for a girl because that's where you get your first rejections from. Mostly from a guy is like, okay, I like her, I'm gonna go talk to her. Then most of the time, the girl don't like you. You have nothing to offer.
Yeah,
You,
in third grade, you don't. What, you gonna give me your crayon?
yeah, exactly. You know, but it's like as you got older, you know that rejection can still run with you, and then it can affect you on how you have conversation with somebody. Like
We
it
need to
gets
have an open therapy session about this.
what? Oh nah, shit, I'm straight, man. I don't have a problem with talking to people. I did, you know,
Okay.
rejection was hard for me at first, but you know, once I got over that and stopped getting rejected, I was like, shoot, I'm a catch.
What does it say? Mitch has potential but needs work. He does.
Definitely. I think his issue is he don't know how to close his mouth and the things that the things that he's not supposed to say, he don't know how not to say it.
hmm
You know.
Or have those conversations with the appropriate people.
Like it's an impulse control, right?
hmm Um, Kristen's now working out of New York, so she's traveling a lot and she's dating. Mitch is not dating, which is not a surprise at all.
Have you found out? I mean, like a lot of the couples don't date after this. Like they be like, I'm taking time off and stuff like that.
Apparently, watching yourself on television is like really like eye opening,
Yeah,
and you want to try to deal with whatever issues there were.
yeah.
Same with Justin. Yep,
What?
the potential,
Oh,
but needs some work, and a less messy wife. But he don't have a wife no more, so
yeah. I don't know what it is with Justin. Justin needs to stop taking everything.
he didn't stop crying.
He needs to stop crying, but
And
he
it's
did.
not the fact that I don't think that men should cry, because that's not it at all. I think that, like, if he was a woman and he cried that much, I would be like, you need to stop
No,
crying.
I just think Justin needs to like relax a little bit. Stop being so sensitive about how people see him.
Mona said divorce is a lot to deal with.
I can see that. I never thought about it like that because it's like for me, it's like, oh, they got married and it didn't work out type
Mhm.
of deal with this situation. I can understand if you was with a person, decided to get married to this person, and it didn't work out then.
I also think it would be very weird to date someone while I'm on TV being married to someone else.
Yeah.
Justin has anxiety issues that affect his ability to be in friendships and relationships. Justin needs to go somewhere and heal. That was Tony and Hubert.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with that. But he needs I was finna say he need a dog, but he had Maya. They didn't even talk about Maya.
They didn't get into their package good.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your
Remember,
thing.
we ended with them.
Yeah.
So Ben and Morgan come out.
They came out.
Oh my goodness. Morgan said that she was very attracted to Ben in the beginning, and then we circle back around to her being a nurse. I'm like, this is a running joke that nobody's laughing at.
Yeah.
Like, stop. I'm happy that this part of
Right, right,
Married at
right.
First Sight is over. Um, Morgan said that Ben isn't a bad person. Then they talk about the issue being Justin um talking to Ben on speakerphone and Alexis hearing everything. Um, and then they talk about their relationship basically ending abruptly,
Mm,
because it was like, I look at it like their relationship ended at the beach on their honeymoon,
yeah.
because they never bounced back from that.
They didn't. I don't
Um,
think she allowed the room to bounce back from that.
she didn't. And then they kept being in this vicious cycle, and then when she decided that she was going to go sleep at her place and not talk to him at all,
Hmm.
like, what was he supposed to do with that?
Yeah.
They did decide that Mona said everybody from this cast needs healing, but that's been every cast of
Yeah.
Married at First
Like it's
Sight.
always been something wrong with the people that's on here.
Yeah. Even more interesting when you get to the people that were on Unmatchables.
Oh man. That
Um,
was funny though.
Not if that person's actually trying to be with you.
I don't think none of them was like truly trying to be with each other. They was trying to see if it'll work out.
Um, Ben said he needs to heal his inner child. Kevin was like, "Y'all real self-aware here in San Diego."
Hmm.
I I don't know what type of self-reflections that Ben has done, but it does feel like Ben pulled this childhood trauma as a out. Not saying that it's not real, but it's like, she's rejecting me. This is how I felt when my dad said things. And it's like, but also she's rejecting you because of something that somebody else is saying to her. And
Well, let's look at it this way. Ben, if he used it as an out, nobody is going to say Ben was a bad guy.
no.
Nobody's going to really look at the things that Ben did wrong as you know, it's an evil thing,
Hmm.
how we can villainize, like how Morgan is villainized
Hmm.
for the way she acted, which
Because Morgan doubled down on hearsay.
did she said something about the apology because
Oh
I
yeah,
remember
they
Kevin
went to
said something.
brunch.
Yeah,
Um, about, I think they said like 2 months after they
yeah.
officially decided to call it quits, and they had a conversation, and he apologized, and she accepted the apology. I completely agree with that, both Mona and Tony.
Well,
Nobody confronts Morgan on her BS. Why didn't Kevin hold Morgan accountable for her behavior?
my response to both of those things is that I don't even remember them being on there.
Kevin, that's why I don't particularly care for Kevin as a host. I feel like he goes too easy on a lot of the women, and I don't know if he just doesn't want to come off as like aggressive.
So do you think they should have two hosts?
No, I'm cool with them doing like they did Jamie Otis. Jamie's gone, Keisha's in.
Oh,
I would be okay if Kevin was gone and somebody else was in.
well, I think Kevin does a decent job. He probably have the conversation off camera and then the way they
But I
cook it.
want to see it.
I understand that, but it's like I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about Kevin and the questions he asks and stuff.
That's why in the beginning of this live, I was like, I typically don't like Kevin, but I like the way that he like
Like I feel like
came to Justin.
he helps the black men on the show a lot better because he tries to relate with them a little bit more because them two white men or no, Mitch let Mitch and Miguel do that.
Mhm.
Kevin steps in, but Kevin doesn't step in the way he did for Justin. And it's like
I feel like
going
he
up to
was
Nate.
being a bit more aggressive with Justin, and I think that not to say that that's like you need to be aggressive, but I should be able to ask you questions.
Yeah.
And if you start deflecting and BSing me, I should be able to call you out on it
Yeah.
as the host.
Yeah. I think you should be able to do that with everybody.
Because like that's what
Respectfully.
taking it back to what's her name? Alyssa.
Hmm.
When Keisha made her cry.
Yeah.
Keisha wasn't trying to make her cry. She was trying to make her accountable for her actions
Yeah.
by asking her a follow-up question, and she just
I
ran.
do think they should the after party should be included into the reunion because that would be a interesting part to bring in. Like when they bring in the experts, they also bring in Keisha.
Mhm.
Be like, yo, at the after party, you said this because they say some eye-opening things at the after party to explain what just happened.
That's true. Um, Karen said Morgan isn't accountable because she's a nurse. And nurses have been through so much.
Yeah, yeah, they have, man,
No, but seriously, I don't know what it is about Morgan. I don't know what it is about Kevin because I feel like Kevin,
and he's doing his job, man.
but
We don't know what's required
I just
of
always feel
him.
like he's being, in your words, he being too soft on the women.
Hey, and I'm pretty sure he's looking at it as
He's probably looking at it like I'm aggressive. I don't want to be aggressive black man.
yeah. So he's throwing them softballs because of how he's gonna come off if he doesn't. Holding them accountable, yeah, you probably should do that a little bit better. But you know,
Hopefully
he's
they.
still a black man and he still gotta walk on an eggshell, man, to keep his job. So there's that.
I'm not amused. Um, where did we get to? I'm talking about brunch.
That's where
Um,
Ben did the
he
apology.
apologized. Kevin said he apologized 77,000 times. Basically, he was like, "What more do you want from me?" Um, she basically said that the apology at brunch felt the most authentic because it wasn't a rehearsed. Um,
Mhm.
it wasn't a rehearsed. Like somebody wasn't prompting him.
Ben was Ruben stuttered. I'm
Was
sorry
my
for
sorry,
2004.
right? Um,
Dog, you
mo-
know in 2 years that song will be like 20
let's not
years
talk
old.
about it.
God, leave,
Let's not
man.
talk about it.
I remember he was on American Idol.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't?
Uh-uh. Morgan has now moved from San Diego and is traveling and she's dating and Ben took a new job and he is not dating. Who's that say? He held Michaela accountable for her actions.
Black woman. I'm a
So you
pure.
saying he's hard on the
Yeah,
blacks?
I am. I think he's holding them more accountable because he can relate to them a lot better. Because if you think about it, in a setting, you're gonna hold like some people, but you're gonna look at the person from your race being the more, to hold them at a higher standard, because that person is representing the whole race in that setting.
I don't like that type of pressure on people.
It's
You represent you.
like yeah, you, that's truly what's going on, but that's the whole point. You represent you and your family.
Yeah, I'm
And then
not your
in a
family.
setting where, because think about it like this. And this analogy I use all the time when talking to people about things. When you get on a bus, right? It's 10 people on the bus. Uh, 6 of those people are of a different race.
Hmm.
So you got 4 people who's the same race as you. Where are you gonna sit on that bus? Where are you gonna feel most comfortable on that bus? Most of the time, it's with people that are similar to you. If they're all strangers, everybody's a stranger. Nobody knows anybody.
I have very irrational stranger danger. So I would even analyze the 4 people that look like me,
Right.
like, and be like, not sitting by him either.
You're
Or
gonna be like,
not sitting by her
let me
either.
see what they got on. Let me see what they look like. But the first people you're gonna look at are the people that look like you.
Then
Another
I also
example.
look for the person that looks the least likely to talk to me.
But you don't know. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get that alone.
My stranger danger is very irrational. I have anything else for them?
Yeah.
Did you?
Nah, I didn't even know they was there
Oh goodness. So yeah, you did fall asleep around them.
this time. Yeah.
Um, Justin and Alexis, and we watched it separately, and then, well, I watched it first, and then I tried to watch it again with him, and he fell asleep. I kept having to wake him up.
She kept saying, you can watch it another day. It's like, nah, I'm gonna sit down and watch it this time because I don't want to watch it no more.
So Justin walks in holding Alexis's train to her dress. They say that they don't regret telling each other they love each other so early in their relationship, and that they consummated their marriage on their honeymoon, even though they were saying that they didn't. Alexis says we tried to consummate the marriage on the honeymoon. And he was like, "That was penetration."
He said, I orgasm.
And she was like, "Did you?"
It's like, man.
Tommy said he didn't even know they were there. I don't know what he be going through. I actually just recently shared something on Facebook that was like, forget trying to sleep like a baby. I want to sleep like my husband.
Yeah, I'll be, yeah,
He be
I
gone.
don't be hearing nothing.
Alexis was like, Justin doesn't count as a body.
But he does though. He could have got her pregnant. And she didn't even know it.
What's it? Tabitha says she loves your sidebars. You're funny.
Oh, thank you, man. I try.
Do you?
No. At one point, I did want to be a comedian because I thought I had it, but I was like, "No, I don't got this."
Yeah, Tommy hosted a what was that? The step show?
Yeah,
He hosted a step show in college, and he was just so lost.
man, I had fun doing it though. I had a
Coming
lot of
to the
fun doing
stage. I don't know who coming to the stage.
it. Right? Who is this? I had cards and everything, man. I didn't
um,
agree with the judges though. I was like, somebody else could have won this.
I don't remember who won. I just remember the fight broke out.
Yeah, and I exited stage left.
I cussed out so many people that night.
Oh man.
I'm still confused about how you tried.
Ain't no try about it, man. She didn't like the sex and he loved the sex. But my whole thing is, why did they act like throughout the whole show that they didn't have sex? Like they were having a conversation as if they never tried.
Because he said, I think it was Justin said that he didn't want to tell everybody that they were having sex or that they had had sex. And she went along with it because he's her husband. And then he called her a liar
Yeah.
because he was like, you went along with it. So you was lying to people too.
Yeah.
And I was
Would that
like,
make him a liar?
what What are we
He
doing
he
here?
he just came angry black woman.
I will not let you do that to black women. I will not let you do that to black
No, I'm
women.
just saying he was like an angry lady. He was an angry lady at this show.
I'm not gonna let you do that to women.
He would
Justin stands by himself.
nah, he wasn't no angry man, dog. Cause like most of the stuff he was mad about, ain't no man gonna care about that stuff. Like most men don't care about that.
Mona, I'm not sure what you said. I need to adjust these settings because it took your
What they
message
say?
down. It just
Oh,
says message basically taken down.
um, I just didn't like the way he performed at this reunion because that's what I feel like he put on the show.
Um, what does it say? He said that orgasm, she made a face, and Justin said, "Don't tell anyone," and she lied with him. They're still not together, which is interesting because, like I said, he walked in holding her train. Like
I didn't know you wrote notes because
I
I didn't
did
write
because
anything.
I watched this by myself and I was awake.
Yeah,
Um, both of them said that they were the person who broke off the relationship, like that they're the reason that they're not
but
together.
we obviously know Justin wanted her to say no because that deep down he felt like that's what she wanted to say, and when she said yes, he was like, "Nah, I ain't finna do this."
Not my wife.
Do
Um,
you feel like they were a bad match?
I think that their representatives were a good match.
Mm,
Who they are
yeah,
was not a good match, but the person,
more so Alexis than
both of them.
both of 'em.
Hubert said Alexis was never mentally or emotionally attracted to Justin. She wants a man with a backbone. Miss Tillman said Justin was being a Karen. I can't deal with him and Alexis. They are both full of BS.
Yeah,
Agreed to both of those.
I couldn't have said that better.
um, she said he was a Karen. So you're not gonna put that
That's
on
what I
black
mean.
women.
That's exactly what I mean. He was acting like a Karen.
Um,
That's it's hilarious to me that Karen has formed the like basically it's like calling a black person the N word. What's the male version of Karen?
a Mitch.
But it's
No,
crazy.
but not like that
Yeah,
Mitch.
it's crazy that that has because they I mean like it's insulting to be called a Karen and your name not Karen. So I wonder like what about the actual women that are named Karen or men that are
I don't know
named
any white
Karen?
women named Karen. All the Karens I know are black.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
um, so they get into this conversation. Apparently, she called him drunk one night, and he says that she tried to have sex with him. She was like, "That did not happen."
She
Um,
was like, I got the text messages. Like, all right, show them then.
he said it happened at his apartment, and she's like, "Nah, that didn't happen." And they kind of ended it. She said, "I think it's a Chad,
Chad.
not a Mitch." Justin was acting hard while wearing high water Huckleberry Finn pants.
Man, he came on the show talking about I'm gonna kill him with these.
Placement of where pants are on really tall men, and
It's
I feel like
hard,
I can
right?
say this because both my dad and my stepdad are
Yeah.
tall men. It's always weird because,
I don't
like,
have a conversation in this fight. I don't
I
have
tell my
nothing.
stepdad about his pants being high
Yeah.
because they are,
But his legs are long.
but his butt is high, so his pants have to be high. But it's like the placement is always like these just can you pull them down a little bit?
That's funny. He don't be wearing high waters.
No, he doesn't.
What you
Alexis and
waiting on the flood?
Alexis and Justin both wanted out of the marriage. They did, but they couldn't come to a way to be amicable about it,
Yeah.
which I don't understand why they didn't. And I think a lot of it is because Alexis lied.
I think a lot of it is the fact that Alexis didn't want to look like a quote unquote runner.
Mm-hmm.
So that had something to do with it. And then Justin was just in the mindset of I'm not gonna say no because that happens sometimes. Like you're like I ain't gonna be the reason why we didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'ma just go with it until because I know, she don't want to be here or whatever the situation is. So
Right.
I think that's what happened with them.
I
Or
could see that.
that's what I'm saying happened with them.
I could definitely see that. Is next week 2 hours as well?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna catch it when it's an hour and 30.
His brother tried to warn us. He did. Well, I feel like Alexis' family also tried to like throw it out there that, hey, she's not ready for this because she runs. Her
Right.
mom even said that directly to her. However, her family gave him no information whatsoever in the beginning to like help him. But maybe that's because they didn't think he could
Yeah.
be helped.
I just think the fact that running or being a runner is not a good reason that you're not ready for this. Because I don't think nobody that signs up for it are truly ready for it. But if you can be 100% honest with yourself, 100% honest with the person that you're with, there's a possibility that this thing can work out.
I
And
mean,
that's the I think that's the problem with Justin and Alexis is that Alexis put on a show and Justin just had to respond in a way that her showing was presenting.
and some of it he had to find out it was a show later.
Right. And so that's just gonna warrant problems and issues.
Bethany said Alexis finds the worst in people and she talks too much.
Oh, she talks way too much. Can't hold water. And it's irritating.
Um, I agree like wholeheartedly on the talking too much thing. It's just it's weird.
Yeah.
Does Alexis give you helpmate? Not with Justin.
Nah.
And I might even say not at all.
Can we define helpmate?
Google it.
Uh, I'm gonna Google that. I can't wait till I can tell somebody Google me, and it's something positive up there, and they be
You
surprised.
Google me, sometimes my granddaddy comes up.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
you Google me right now. I'm
And
either a punter or a country music star.
it's a country music star now. You tell me,
Hmm.
that's interesting.
What was I googling? Helpmate.
Helpmate.
Uh,
Then put the word define at the end.
it's in the Bible.
I know.
I didn't know that. A helpful companion or partner, especially one's husband or wife. No, she ain't no helpmate.
um, I think that Alexis wants to be a single person who can come home to somebody after the club.
No, I don't think she wants to be single because I don't feel like a person is just waking up, oh, I want to be single today. At least I wasn't. But um I think what it is that she thinks about the worst thing that could happen, and that's what fuels her fear of being 100% in a relationship, you know.
Alexis wants a man who will dominate her and who has the ability to walk away. That ain't Justin.
Nah, it's like the man that she's looking for is definitely not Justin. We saw that within the first 2-3 minutes that they saw each other.
I never thought about that point, the second half, the who has the ability to walk away.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of
Hmm.
sense. Like right now, I'm not saying Justin needs her, but emotionally he's attaching
Hmm.
to her. And she would need someone that could, for lack of better words, be indifferent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to be here. And she would probably eat that up.
Yeah.
Would say I wouldn't even want her to be my friend. That's where
Cause all your secrets gonna be told, man.
yeah. I'm interested to know who still hangs out.
Yeah. My guess is, um, I don't know if
Because Kristen and Morgan have moved away.
yeah.
Or Kristen didn't technically move, but she's in New York a
Yeah.
lot. But yeah,
I don't know. I don't
that's a
know.
lot. Yo, we've been doing this for an hour.
Yeah. And I've been like, man, I want to talk about something else.
Okay. Next
Nah,
week.
I just feel like this reunion, like after the first initial party, like it got extremely boring to me. Like because a lot of the stuff was just redundant information.
Alexis cannot handle a dominant man. He would allow her to be in the club every weekend.
And that tells you that the fact that she wants to go to the club all the time, that tells you how mature she is and where she is in trying to be married. Because those are things that just like I ain't saying you'll never go to the club or never go out and stuff like that, but it's like your being wants to stay home or wants to be going like go out with your spouse.
As someone who worked in a club,
But that's different too.
no, I did not want to be in the club even when
Because
I worked there.
that's what I'm saying. Because like you work there. There's different. Like I don't want to go to a grocery or not a grocery store, but I don't want to go into like a Sherwin Williams or anything just because I work there. You know? Like I yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of like when I stopped working at the mall, I stopped going to the mall.
right.
But before I worked at the club, I didn't go to the club. I got the job at the club by happenstance,
Yeah.
like through a family member knowing the owner of the club.
Yeah.
But like even with that, I didn't have to do the club part but one night a week. And that was just like, man, this is a lot. Drunk people are a lot. Especially when you're not drunk.
Let me ask you this, man. Cause I feel like when it comes to marriage and everything like that, women are expected more of. Like men have one expectation,
What's that?
and that's make sure home is taken care of. But women are the ones that actually are the workers in the marriage.
You mean domestic workers?
Yeah, whatever. But they the
I'm just
ones
trying to understand what
they
you're
the
saying.
ones that make sure that the home is taken care of, the kids are taken care of, like all these extra little items.
Mhm,
Men don't do that until we have to,
mhm.
you know. And do you think that has a cause of the success rate for like the pressures of that's put on women or the expectation that's put on women? Does that have any any pressure or any cause for the success rate of married at first sight? Because like like let's be honest, man, these like their success rate is less than 50. Like this, like you go on here, the chances are you're not gonna say yes to your partner, but you giving that 1% chance that you somebody say yes. But do you think that is a cause? And do you think the tide is turning on that?
I don't think that that's a cause for the married at first sight success rate or not. I think that number one of the big things is person A says, I am looking for a person that is tall, dark, and handsome. That is the aesthetic that I
Handsome
like.
is such a
I'm the only thing that they can give me is
it's a
handsome.
general
You know what
thing.
I'm saying? But
Like
like
your
if
handsome is different from
well, I'm just
my
saying,
handsome.
like, let's just say that that's an example.
Yeah,
Tall, dark, and handsome is what I ask for, and all you can give me is handsome.
yeah.
Or I say that I'm looking for someone who um is, loves their work, is passionate about having kids, and then I find out he's a liar.
Hmm. I
Like
guess you gotta put that tells the truth.
right. And it's like they're giving um it's just it's like they're like, oh, passionate about his job. He don't have one. He's very passionate about looking for one. Like
Yeah.
that type of stuff. I feel like they're not giving what you're asking for. And I
Mm.
get it because they're like, what you're looking for has not worked for you.
Yeah.
So let's try a different route.
Mm-hmm.
However, it just it feels weird
Mm-hmm.
when you look back on it and how they've been doing things because the success rate isn't really there. You have the random couples that just happen to work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shining example that I can think of is Woody and Amani. Like they didn't really have a ton of issues in their relationship whatsoever.
Yeah.
So with them not having a lot of issues in their relationship, they were able to get past all of the awkwardness and stuff and
Yeah.
push into their marriage. But I don't know. Married at first sight is just weird for me with some of the people that they pick. And then the fact that they don't let these seasons sometimes go with less couples
Mm-hmm.
and they start recruiting men. A lot of these recruits, with the exception of what's the guy's name? Vincent. Vincent was a recruit.
Oh yeah.
No, Woody was a recruit too, I think.
I don't know.
I know Vincent was. He was like the producers approached him about this.
Yeah.
And him and Brianna worked out, but they talking about Alexis. Huber said she for the streets. Mona said until Alexis matures and fixes her issue, the right guy will not come for her. Basically, they still talking about her not having a
Yeah.
guy that
That's
can
right
dump
for
her.
her.
hmm You got anything else?
No, man.
What did you remember seeing previews for next week?
Nope.
I know that the experts are going to be there. I really wish that they would bring, using your idea, bringing Keisha in
Mm-hmm.
to talk about things so she can be like, what you told me was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to kind of see
Yeah.
that type of dynamic. And I hope that they do something like that with Nashville.
Yeah. I can't wait till this Nashville uh season come on, man. Because they're going back to the home state. So,
I looked at the
and talking
previews.
about Tennessee, man, go Vols in their big game today.
I looked at the couples preview and I have friends adjacent to one of the girls
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
cast.
really?
But the friends that I have adjacent with her are not like friends.
Oh, they're
They're
associates.
associates.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much information they would have
Yeah.
about at least her personality, like true personality.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting though to watch
Yeah.
because I'm gonna get out here and ask a whole bunch of questions and be like, you know her?
Yeah.
That's your friend?
Man.
Yes, Keisha would be a good addition to the reunion. I think that they just need somebody that's going to hold the women accountable because Kevin can do
I
that.
feel like she does it like a lot. She holds everybody accountable,
Oh,
honestly.
she's really good, but I think it's also because you're not gonna go off on Rudy.
That's true too.
And like she has a very calming
Yeah.
demeanor. You don't feel like her questions are like
Her questions are truly what people are
derogatory
asking.
or degrading. She's like, no, I really want to know the answer.
Yeah.
What happened?
Man. Um, are we putting out a podcast episode?
We got to record it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Anywho, if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and
It's funny because we actually been like with me, I've been like trying to figure out a title for this thing because like once we stop talking about Married at First Sight, we plan to continue to do these Saturday morning talks, and only thing I've come up with is Saturday morning coffee break. Well, Artieka gives me a look as to say, no, I don't like that.
I've never
I'm not
said
with it.
anything
But your
negative
look,
about
your
it.
look, it's been a like you know how moms look at their children and be like, all right, let me straighten up. You give me a look as to say, Tommy, that's stupid.
I
Yep.
Don't
You
think
give
it's
you
stupid at all.
you give me that look, and I'll be like, dog, I need to go back to the drawing board. So, but
Okay, stop living in your head, Justin.
hey, I'm different. I ain't soft.
Okay. Anywho, you have anything else?
No, thank you guys for joining us on our coffee break this morning. So
We will see you guys
Sunday, cause we're
tomorrow.
yeah.
Slash, I wish MAFS would reach out to the you influencer for advice about the show. I the YouTube influencers. I wish they would listen. Like they got access to the videos, and a lot of us. I don't. I try not to watch too many of us that review Married at First Sight during the season, but like I'll go back and watch random videos, and we're all offering suggestions on what can make this better. I just think that as production, they need to sit down and like listen.
Well, I mean, like it still got to be they show.
Yeah.
Like everybody can offer, and everybody has an opinion.
Mhm. But we, the people, are watching the show.
Right, I get that, but like, have we stopped?
A lot of us have.
But has it been material enough for them
Mm.
to pivot in a manner that they need to?
I think so, but I also think that it's slow to turn.
Well, I think if they slow down, because they're doing 2 seasons a year.
Mhm.
If they slow down, it gives them time to really like, okay, we can change here, we can change there. Because one change that they made was changing from Jamie O to
KKP.
yeah. And for them, that's a move that they needed to make to switch the show up,
Mhm.
to untie it from Married at First Sight, but for it to stand on its own.
Mhm. I felt like Jamie was just too. Oh my gosh, I've been there before too, guys.
Yeah. Well,
And
I liked her,
yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, she was too much of that. And Keisha's like, yeah, I don't really care about the fact that cameras are following you. You signed up for that.
Yeah.
But this is how you acted on these
Right,
cameras that
right,
were
right.
following you.
So I don't know. That's I don't know.
I like the idea of a third party who is not involved
Yeah.
in the
No,
process
definitely.
doing
Definitely.
things.
I think they picked the right person to do that part, the after party. And
And maybe they need to just add Kevin a sidekick.
yeah.
And each of them can do different things
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
group. That could work out. Maybe that'll happen on season 17. What are
Or
we on now?
or 18.
15?
Yeah, we on 15.
I think they're renewed through 18
All right.
or
Well, we'll see
17,
what
something like
happens.
that. Anywho, we'll see you guys tomorrow with Jack and Glenn and one
And check
day.
out our other
I
content
would
too.
say one day with a
Whenever I'm gonna work.
podcast.
I'm gonna work on getting some of the other content we got, like the House to Home series that we've been working on. Get some of that content out. We're gonna record a podcast here.
That's what I
Um,
was talking about. I don't know when that's gonna
uh,
happen. Maybe tomorrow.
yeah, but
Oh, tomorrow time changes.
time does change tomorrow.
Daylight savings.
I usually is playing the game during it, so it's like I miss it completely anyway.
And it means nothing when you have kids.
Appreciate you guys for right. Appreciate you guys coming on here this morning and joining us for our coffee break. And so, go Vols. Watch the game today. Root for your team. Enjoy yourselves.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Peace.